While I'm waiting for my name to be called to go out, trying to stay calm, but the nerves start getting to you a little bit, and I'm just trying to stay calm, and then when they finally called my name, I remember my coach, while we're walking out, he's like, don't look at anybody, this is your time, focus on you. And I'm going out, and when I go out to walk to the cage, I see all my family and friends, and I was like, I don't know, this overwhelming feeling of emotion came over me. And then just all the hard work, seeing all the support that I had, all that emotion came over me, and it was like a sense of joy. I remember it was an awesome night. That feeling, I think that's why I wanted to compete again, that feeling you get after a win. I see as MMA as like my release. It's my fun time. I got into MMA shortly after I got out of the Air Force. I actually played a lot of World of Warcraft, and I realized all the gear that I had spent hours and hours and hours getting was like irrelevant now. So I was like, man, I spent all that time making this fictional character better. You know, he's nothing, he's just some data on a computer. Why don't I spend that time making myself better? Learning something that's gonna make me better. My wife's name is Jennifer, and my children's name, Maya's 5, Eddie is 2 years old today, and Melody is a month. My family is supportive of my MMA career. My wife, at first, you know, she's like, what are you doing? You know, she was a little nervous. But now she's my biggest supporter.
When Eddie started MMA, I really didn't care for it. I was really nervous. I didn't want him to get hurt, and he was just gone all the time. And I'm like, I can't do this.
But don't get any boo-boos.
No boo-boos? My first fight, she was so nervous. She was saying she's scared. She doesn't know if she could watch.
I'm gonna go in there and beat the crap out of that guy.
I support him 100%. This is something that he wants to do. I'm right behind him.
In the future, if my kids do want to pursue MMA or Brazilian Jiu-jitsu, I'd be totally supportive of whatever they want to do.
My daughter Maya does Brazilian Jiu-jitsu right now with him. And my son, as soon as he's old enough, he's going to be up in there as well.
Training, having a newborn, I've done it since I started having kids. Actually, that's when I took my first break, when my daughter was born. So I'm kind of used to it by now. My wife's amazing. She's, for both fights with the newborns, she's stepped up the work, you know, and kind of let me just focus on the fight. I do feel my time in the military helped my MMA career. It showed me a lot of discipline. I was a little crazy when I was high school, no discipline, and they cut that out real quick. I came to Tough as Nails. It was just a group of friends actually at first. If you're being nervous, if you're overthinking the fight, if you're working out too much because you're nervous, like warming up too much, hitting the pads too hard, you know, the big thing is to stay calm, conserve all that energy for the fight, and then, you know, let it rip when you get in there. So I've had quite a few little injuries. I think everybody does. MMA's, you know, it's not patty cake. The training is usually a lot harder than the fight. But my calf was really messed up. I actually went to the doctor the next day because I couldn't walk. And they said I had multiple tears in my calf muscle. we're training a week before the fight, and he threw a perfect kick. And the way it came up, it was like his knee came up first, boom, hit my rib, broke my rib in 2 spots. I stopped training for a while and would be in the gym maybe once a week, if that. So even for this camp, what was it, 2 weeks ago now, I sprained my ankle. I was sparring, threw a kick, a guy checked it. So I hyperextended my foot, tore my Achilles up and a ligament in my foot. Doctor said, oh, you'll be fine in 6 weeks, but my fight's 3 weeks away. But I just decided to push through this one, and I can't train fully, so it kind of hurts with the weight cut as well because I can't run. So like right now I'm 160 pounds, and I got to get to 145 in a week. So train in the morning before work, go to work, train after work, and I'm home at 9 o'clock. You know, so you sacrifice a lot of time with your family. It's the big one. Me, I have, you know, my wife, my 3 kids. So, and they're growing up so fast, you know, there's stuff, or I'll come home after a long day of training, it'll be 8:30, 9 o'clock, and she'll say, little Eddie said this word today. I'm like, oh man, I missed it, you know. Oh, got me. Bam! And all that work and all that sacrifice and nothing happens. So that's the worst part.
I know this next one is going to get loud because his opponent, hailing out of Orlando, Florida, and representing Tough as Nails, is none other than Mr. Eddie Diaz! Go, Eddie!
I think one of my biggest attributes is heart. You know, even when I'm getting beat up, I'm still pushing. I like to keep coming forward. If you hit me, I'm gonna hit you right back, or try to hit you right back. If you catch me with a good combination, I wanna hit you with a better combination. You know, if I gotta tap, I'll tap. It's not gonna be the end of the day. I'll get back up, I'll push through it, and I mean, it'll suck, you know, be in front of my wife, my family and friends, get beat up in front of them. It'll definitely suck. But if anything, it'll drive me stronger. They say a lot of times for fighters, sometimes for some fighters, a loss is better than a win. They didn't train as hard as they could have, thinking they could just skate by in the fight, and they lose, and it reinvigorates them. It makes them see what they actually need to do to win, you know? So if I lose, which I don't see that happening, if I lose, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna take the loss like a man, and just get back in there and grind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a decision, and it is a close one. The judges have scored it 29-28. 2 rounds to 1 for your winner, fighting Eddie, come here for a moment. I know all these folks want to hear from you. Tell me exactly what it is that you had going on leading into this fight. I know it was something pretty special.
Yeah, I had to deal with a lot of things. My daughter was born, and I hurt my ankle really bad in camp. And I just kept pushing through, and I just thank God and give all glory to God. He gave me each and every one of my training partners, my coaches, my family. Thank you for the support. My wife, Jennifer. How could you do without her?
Guys, we have a winner.